Hey there everybody, Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Forgotten Favorites, okay, where I take a look at some really obscure stuff from the 70s and the 80s in the realms of like progressive rock or maybe jazz fusion, hard rock, psych, metal, all that kind of stuff. I got a nice little stack of things that have been kind of sitting in my car that I've been listening to that I don't think that I've showed you guys in recent months, so I wanted to kind of point them out in case you want to go check them out. The first one is a very cool album. It's by a band called Waterloo from Belgium. This album was recorded in 1970. It's called First Battle. Okay, there it is right there. This is a pretty cool album. This is actually a Musea release. Musea has put out a ton of great prog-related albums on CD over the years. This is very proggy. Got a lot of psych and hard rock elements. Really cool flute, guitar, and organ. They remind me a lot of Jethro Tull in spots, especially like Tull's earlier albums. So think, pre-Aqualung, that period. Okay, which a lot of you guys, I'm sure, love, right? Little bits of Uriah Heep in spots, a lot of heavy Hammond organ, so Heep, Deep Purple type of thing, but great like interplay between the flute, the guitar, and the organ. Really good album, Waterloo-First Battle. I dig it a lot. What else we got here? How about this one? The Third Power, called Leve, 1970. A little old band from Detroit. Kind of like, blues rock, a little bit of psychedelia. Good stuff, good songs. Very typical of that kind of early Detroit hard rock, bluesy hard rock and psych sound. The guitar player, this band did not stick around for too long. The guitar player eventually left. They were a trio. Guitar player eventually left and hooked up with Bob Seger and played in Bob Seger's band for a couple of years. What else we got here? How about Strider, Exposed? Strider were a UK band, blues rock band, kind of humble pie-ish, a little bit of the Faces maybe. These guys actually had a pretty promising career. This is a pretty good album. They had 2 releases, but just as they were starting to kind of pick up steam a little bit, guys left the band. Rod Stewart scooped up the guitar player, another guy in the band. I think the bass player went to the Babies. Eventually other guys in the band went on to join up with Roger Daltrey's band as well as John Entwistle's band. So these guys kind of made their mark other places, but little known band, Strider, pretty good album, I think. Here's another good one, Stepson, self-titled. Another band from Detroit. All right. Cool, bluesy hard rock. This is from 1974. This band was actually formed out of the ashes of the band Touch, which a lot of you will remember were kind of like a psychedelic prog band who released one album in the late 60s. A lot of you have said that they might be the first ever prog band, even before King Crimson, possibly. But a couple guys from that band later went on to form this band. It's good stuff. This is like kind of like good bluesy hard rock. Yeah, little bits of Free, little bits of Grand Funk Railroad, the Faces maybe, a lot of good bluesy hard rock and boogie, that type of thing. Fun album. Very well produced, good sounding album. Here's one, Shotgun Limited, self-titled, from 1971. These guys were from Los Angeles. Good heavy rock and prog. Little touches of southern rock too. Weird. I know they weren't from the South, they're from Los Angeles, but in spots you can hear a little bit of that. I sense a little BTO, some Grand Funk Railroad. Really good ripping guitar and organ. Pretty raucous album. Very heavy. I like this one a lot. What else? What do we got here? Let's go to the 80s. British wave, new wave of British heavy metal. Savage, Loose and Lethal. This one was recorded in 1983. One of the better of the underground new wave of British heavy metal albums released during the early 80s. Very metallic. Very good. If you love that early 80s metal sound, you will dig this a lot. Good vocals and killer guitar work. All right. 1977. Band called Rough Diamond. Kind of a supergroup, right? David Byron, ex of Uriah Heep, okay? He's out of Uriah Heep, forms this band with ex-Humble Pie guitarist Clem Clemson. Also Jeff Britton, ex-Wings drummer, okay? Pretty decent album. Got signed to a label, and then, obviously they were kind of a supergroup. Album, did okay for itself, and then the band were done. That was it. One and done. Kind of Uriah Heep light, a little poppier than Uriah Heep, a little bluesier, kind of like bringing that Humble Pie element that Clem brought with him. Good album. Not great, but I like it. Good if you like both of those guys, obviously. What do we got here? Q5, Steal the Light. Seattle band, 1984. Really good hard rock and metal, if you like, kind of like Riot and the classic Montrose. All right. These guys their claim to fame is that they produced a guitar player named Floyd Rose, who would later go on to introduce the Floyd Rose tremolo system to millions and millions of guitars over the years, right? So, but a very good, solid album. Really good early 80s metal, right? Melodic metal. Dig that. Left End, Spoiled Rotten. Okay, this was an Ohio band. Early 70s. Good bluesy hard rock. If you dig the Stones, Grand Funk Railroad, The Faces, Humble Pie, you'll like this. Really, really good stuff. Really gritty guitar work, and the vocals are very strong too. Spoiled Rotten by Left End. Quality, quality. I'm from Canada, right? The Stampeders, recorded live, Backstage Pass, 1974. Interesting band, you know, part a hard rock band. They did some pop stuff. They did a lot of boogie, okay, if you like Status Quo, that sort of thing. But they also did some kind of country rock. So think of like, you know, maybe like some of that early Guess Who, you know, kind of a little rootsy stuff going on in their music. When they could rock, they rocked pretty hard, but they kind of didn't stay in one style for too long. Pretty interesting live album. I like it. Here we got two from a band from Denmark. I got these real recently. I like these a lot. The fact that these albums were recommended by one of you guys. I don't remember who. Midnight Sun. Okay, we got Self-Titled and Walking Circles. Notice that artwork, guys? That's right. It's Roger Dean. Cool Roger Dean artwork there. All sorts of glare. There we go. I like these guys a lot. This is 1971, 1972. Kind of jazz fusion-y, kind of folky, kind of a lot of hard rock. Just I hear like bits of Traffic and Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, a little Grand Funk Railroad at times. Great guitar work, ripping, blistering guitar work, cool keyboards, and some woodwinds. Okay, that kind of gives them that kind of Chicago flair. The vocals are excellent, really, really good. They remind me of Terry Kath meets Mel from, or not Mel, the drummer from Grand Funk Railroad, and quite good. I like this one better than this one. This one's excellent. This one's very good. This is the one to get first, though. Really, really strong stuff. What else we got here? Automatic Man from San Francisco, 1976. Again, somewhat of a supergroup. You got Michael Shreve, drummer, ex of Santana. You got Pat Thrall on guitar, soon to join Pat Travers, right? Really cool mix of like funk and psych and prog and early heavy metal, jazz fusion. You know, great guitar work from Pat Thrall, and I always love Michael Shreve's drumming. Really good stuff. Fanny Adams. These guys were UK band, but some of the guys were from Australia. 1971, they were signed to a major label, MCA Records. Good kind of early Zeppelin-y style blues rock. Really good guitar work from, I believe it was this guy right there. Pretty strong album. A lot of good, like I said, a lot of good guitar playing. All right, here we got a band from the U.S., Missouri, the JPT Scare Band. All right, what do we got here? Sleeping Sickness and Past is Prologue. Now, these guys have been around since the 70s, but they actually didn't start recording any albums until like the 90s or the early 2000s. These are really good, kind of like acid rock, you know, a little psych, a little proto-metal. Killer guitar playing, my God. Just scorching guitar work. I don't know which one to recommend both. They're both really good. Heavy stuff. Like I said, like really good, like kind of psychedelic acid rock. If you like kind of like that late 60s, early 70s psychedelic acid rock / proto-metal thing with just tons of like shredding guitar soloing, drench it with feedback and wah-wah. You're going to love that. Both of those are well worth having. Speaking of that sort of thing, how about Randy Holden-Population II from 1970? Randy Holden played lead guitar on the Blue Cheer album New Improved from 1969. He then left for like a solo career. This is fantastic, like killer acid guitar freakouts, little like bits of early doom, which is like a really cool, like kind of doomy biker rock album. Yeah, killer guitar work. Awesome stuff. All right. Back to Missouri, 1976, kind of like a proggy hard rock band called Granmax. This has two of their albums, A Ninth Alive and Kiss Heaven Goodbye. Kind of like Rush, sort of, but with a lot more hooks. Kind of the hooks remind me of like Stars or Angel. The singer sounds a little like Geddy Lee. Also maybe a little like the singer from Budgie, real high-pitched voice. Some of the tunes are kind of proggy, kind of hard rocking. Others are a little more commercial sounding. Solid stuff. I dig this. Some of the tunes are real epic. That's why it reminds me of Russian spots. What do we got? Two more here. How about Alpha Centauri from Colorado in the U.S., 1977. Fantastic prog and pomp rock with hard rock elements. Think classic Styx, classic Uriah Heep. Great keyboards and guitar work. Lot multi-layered vocals. Really, really wonderful stuff. Very proggy. You guys will dig that. And last but not least, Alcana, Welcome to My Paradise from 1978, another U.S. band. Hard rock, think Montrose, think Styx. Really good guitar work. Some of the vocals remind me of Queen and Angel. All right, really good vocally, a lot of good backing vocals. Really crisp, killer guitar work. That's where I kind of get the Montrose thing from, but it's got that progressive element a bit. Okay, so yeah, Alcana, Welcome to My Paradise. Last of the forgotten favorites today, all sorts of good stuff there. So go and check those out. I'm going to drop all the titles in the description so you can have them to reference and go seek them out, listen to them, buy them, find them, whatever you got to do. Hope you enjoyed this little quick show before I go off on my little business trip, so I won't see you guys for about a week. Till then, visit us on the web, www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're on the mighty YouTube. Go and check out all of our playlists. Go catch up on old stuff you haven't seen before till I'm back, and we'll see you in about a week. Take care, guys. Bye.